Yo, what's going on, guys? Walt here with another video for you. Today I'm just gonna be doing a nice quick taper, a little bit of shears on top. I'm gonna keep most of the length. Let's get into it. So first what I'm doing is I'm using my number 2 with my Wall Seniors 1919s, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove a lot of the weight first so I can see what I'm actually gonna go in and cut my first guideline. It's always important to kind of cut down what you need, that way you can see, especially when the hair is coarse and the hair texture and hair growth pattern changes and goes in different directions and whatnot. So now once you got that out of the way, what I'm going to do now is going to put my number 1 guard on, and I am going to create my first guideline. Be more of a mid-fade, starting at the temple area, work my way into the back, and just kind of lay it right on top of that occipital bone. Always look and make sure that, as you can see, the nape area, his hair growth pattern changes, goes into a different direction. You can see I flipped it over and turned it upside down and went across the grain and against the grain to make sure all the lengths were even. Now once you're done with that, I put my 1.5 attachment, and I'm going to begin to blend out that first guideline. Now what I'm doing is I put my number 1 guard back on, the lever open. I'm going to start to take out that little last bit of weight line. As you can see, I'm always stretching, I'm always tauting the skin, sometimes using just the corner of the blade to achieve this goal. All while still using my comb in my offhand, combing the hair out of the way, cutting the cut hairs out of the way, making it easier and a cleaner surface area to be able to work. Sometimes you may have to put your 1.5 guard back on and use the lever to go up and down. That way you can make sure you get all the hairs and make sure everything's nice and clean. Also remember, I'm going across the grain, against the grain, and with the grain on certain areas to make sure the blend is flawless. Once you've got most of it out of the way, now I'm going to put my clipper comb. I'm going to start to clipper comb technique and get the weight out of his hair and blend the short hairs or longer hair on top. Now, me personally, I like to use my clipper comb after everything's blended up to a number 2 guard. Because if you take your clipper comb and you lay it flat against the hair at a certain angle, it's going to give you a number 2 guard anyways. So, therefore, cutting down the extra steps needed to put your bigger guards on, like in your 5, 4, or 3 guard, it takes those steps out of the way and makes it a little more time efficient to be able to get these haircuts done, especially when you're in a time crunch or you just want to stay on schedule. It also helps you layer that hair the way you want to, that way you can shape it to the contour of that client's head or their desired length they want on top. It gives you a little more control than just putting the guards on and slapping it up and taking off lengths that you don't want, because client's head shape and they got dits and divots, the hair sticks out in certain areas. The clipper over comb gives you a lot more control. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go start from the top crown of the hair, and I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch off everywhere. Starting with the crown, I can make sure my guide travels with me and stays continuing uniform throughout the rest of the haircut. Once I'm done blending the top area of the head to the shorter areas on the side and the parietal ridge, now I do some more fine touches by using my shear over comb technique. Now pay attention to how I'm keeping the the bottom blade still, and the top blade is the only blade that's moving. This helps me keep more control as to I'm not chopping and taking off more length or more volume than I'm wanting to. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to taper sideburns in a little bit, give it more of a cleaner look, because he does wear a little scruff on his facial hair. So we're going to blend it in that way. It gives a little more cleaner look. That way once the hair grows out with the beard, you know, in a week or two, it's all growing uniform and it has a nice blend to it still. Repeat the same steps on the other side. And at the same time, you can also go back and do some more fine detail work on some of the blending areas, you know, that you couldn't get out earlier. You can always come back and do the same thing. As you can see, I inverted my clippers to make sure I get the hairs that are growing opposite direction of the rest of the hair. I'm doing on tape around his neckline, giving him a nice clean look, so that way once his hair grows out in about 2 weeks, I feel like he needs a haircut right away. This just kind of helps stretch the haircut, and like I said, gives him more of a cleaner look and complements the rest of the face. Now using my trimmers, I'm going to be outlining his edge up. As you can tell, I don't drag the clippers or the trimmers through the nape area. I'll invert them and go up with it, give more of a cleaner, more comfortable cut instead of dragging and causing cuts or irritation in the skin. As you can see, I'm making sure I hold my trimmers in a nice firm fashion while having control and tapping his hairline ever so slightly and using mainly just the cord on the blade, give it a nice look. Always be sure to grab that ear and move it out the way so you can give a nice outline around the ear. Pull the collar down, clean up all the baby hairs. Take a razor to it, give them a nice, even cleaner look. Now the style of choice, I'm using the Grooming styling products. I actually love this product. Shout out to these guys. Deluxe water-based pomade has a really good smell to it. Now I'm applying this in there dry because it is a water-based pomade. You don't want to put it in wet because it will break it down, the water molecules. If you need to, you know, if you put too much in there, if you don't have enough, you can always add more. A lot of times I like to go through with my blending shears after I put the product in, because it helps out. Once you lay that product down, you lay that hair down, sometimes you see a little more extra weight that you didn't see before, so it definitely helps. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. Please hit the subscribe button. I have plenty more to come. Again, comment anything, any questions you gotta ask. Hit the like button and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.